What's up guys, it's Cobalt here and welcome back to another video. Before you watch this video, if you haven't seen it already, I did post two other videos this weekend, one video on Friday and one video yesterday on Saturday. So if you guys want to go check those videos out as well, I would really appreciate it. That being said, as you can see, there is an LPS related thing behind me, and this is a very spontaneous upload because I didn't realize that I would be getting this so soon, and frankly, I didn't even realize that it was already going to be available. So this is the newest set for G7, at least as far as what I've seen, and this set is also available on Amazon, so I will link that down below in the description. It is fairly expensive. I want to say this cost me like $70, and I just wanted to buy it and open it as soon as possible to see if it's even worth it. So without further ado, let's get into this set. So of course, I gotta do an overview of the box. Unfortunately, we don't really have much artwork to look at here. The background and setting that all the LPS are in is drawn, but the LPS themselves are just photos of the 3D models, which is a little unfortunate because I think there could have been some really cute imagery on this package. And here's what the back of the box looks like. I do really love this. There's nothing interesting to note on the sides of the box, but here at the bottom you can see all of the pets that this set comes with. And guys, I am so excited for this set, you have no idea. There's some pets in here that I'm just hyped for. So guys, is that not literally Cobalt? What the heck? As you can see, this set is also a carrying case, so there's a little handle here and you can repurpose the box. This is actually the second time Basic Fun has made a set like this. The other one was also Amazon exclusive, and it was from Wave 2, but unfortunately it pretty much had 100% repeat pets aside from one new LPS, which was this fox here. This is what it looked like. It's also still available on Amazon if that interests you. But the reason why I'm super excited for this one is that it's all new pets, and that's also probably part of the reason why it's so expensive. And I'll be doing a video on that set very soon as well, finally. But we just gotta open this one, you guys. Okay, so there's some tape you gotta cut, and then, oh my god. They all look pretty good so far, not gonna lie. I opened it upside down again. Oh my god, the wolf looks so much different than I thought it was going to. I took everything out really quick so we can take a look at the box. I think it looks super cute. Again, this is like a little play place and a carrying case at the same time, so you can have your LPS hang out here by the campfire, and in the background there's a little tent and a wonderful winter landscape. I think this is super cool, and I definitely love how the box is reusable. But obviously the thing we care about the most is the LPS, but I gotta show you guys all the accessories that this set comes with first. So these sets actually no longer come with Roblox coins, but we do still get the trading cards and our checklist, of course. I don't believe any of these pets appear on the checklist. Yeah, it does not look like they do, so I'm not really sure why that's the case, but they're not on there. So we will go through all of their trading cards first. We have number 352, which is this turtle, which is Chilius level 2 and core. And then we have the deer. I'm very excited about this one. She's one of my favorites in the set, and she looks really good in this photo, so hopefully the real thing also looks good. She's number 351, fanciest level 2 and exotic. Then we have the wolf, which doesn't even look like the same LPS as what's in this photo, and I love the LPS in this photo and I was really excited for it, so we're gonna talk about that one when we get there. But this is number 350, fanciest level 1 and rare. Then we have the butterfly. I unboxed the first G7 butterfly in yesterday's video, so go check that out if you want to see a comparison. But this is number 349, friendliest level 2 and exotic. Then we got the bear cub, number 348, hungriest level 1 and rare. Then we got the possum, the first ever LPS possum in the history of Littlest Pet Shop that actually has a natural color palette. I don't really know what's happening with its tail in this photo. It's kind of weird, but this is number 347, friendliest level 1 and exotic. Then we have the baby skunk, which is so cute, number 346, sassiest level 2 and exotic. The owl, which looks pretty similar to some other LPS we've already had, so I don't care too much about this one, but it's number 345, sportiest level 2 and exotic. And then we have this bunny, which I think is super cute, and another one that I'm also very excited to see, number 344, sportiest level 2 and core. This panda, which I'm also very excited to talk about, number 343, hungriest level 1 and exotic. The Cobalt lookalike, which is this fox, number 342, happiest level 2 and exotic. And the final card, the hedgehog, the first time we're seeing a hedgehog LPS in G7, number 341, sassiest level 2 and exotic. So yeah, you get a trading card for every single pet in the set, which I really like. They're very fun to collect, and I love how many different colors are on all of the cards. Here are all of the accessories. We got lots of things of various sizes, a couple things that are repeated, a couple things that are brand new, and I believe there is one accessory for every single pet. So I'll start off with this, which is a little stump that you can make your LPS sit on. I think it's pretty cute. We've had one of these in G7 before in a set that I actually haven't uploaded a video on yet, but I will very soon. I think it's fun, but a couple other details on on it could be painted. We got the little campfire that has 2 marshmallows. This one is very bent, and it was bent in the package like that. I mean, at least both the marshmallows have different colors on them, but you only get 2, you don't get 3. We get a little water canteen. We've also seen this before, but this time it's a different color. This one's green. I believe the other one was purple. We get the scarf that we've seen 4 million times at this point. Another one of these little translucent fish. A hot dog, which feels a bit random, but I totally vibe with this accessory. And that is one of the new ones for this wave. And then we got a little mouse, some acorns. I think this is the first time we are seeing the acorns in G7, but of course, these are a pretty classic accessory from Generation 2. And then we got a pot of honey, also very reminiscent of some G2 accessories, but this one looks like a brand new skull. The paint job of the honey is a little bit messy, but I think this is cool, and like I've said before, always great to see a new accessory. This accessory is not new, but it is a new colorway for it. I love the stripes, and I love the idea of wearable accessories, especially the hats. I hope someday in the future we'll be able to see fabric hats. That would be really fun. So I think the accessories are all pretty good. I really like them a lot. But now it's finally time for the pets. I think I'm going to start off with this owl here because it's frankly the one that I am the least interested in. So like I said, this one's very, very similar to most of the other owls that we've seen with this mold. Basic Fun's made quite a few of them at this point, and I feel like they've all been blue. One thing that I do want to note compared to the card, if you look at the image here, it looks like it has a light blue ring around both eyes, and I held this LPS up close to my face to see if maybe the color was so light that I couldn't see it, but it does not have the ring around its eyes at all, so something about the design that's changed between the card. And like I said, I've noticed that about a couple other pets in the set. This one has the lightning bolts in the eyes. All of the LPS will probably have symbols in their eyes. But yeah, probably my least favorite. I think I'm just gonna go like in the order of which ones I think I like the most to which ones I think I like the least. So I'll do the butterfly next. If you guys watched my video from yesterday, they're a returning mold from G2, but Basic Fun has remolded them. So the head is much bigger and the body's a little bit larger as well. I do really love the colors of this one. This purple is really cool. I don't think we've seen any LPS with that color before. And I think the hearts in her eyes are very, very cute. There is a little scuff mark here on the cheek, but if you guys are a fan of the butterflies, get excited because they're coming back. And I think I like this one better than the other ones so far. Next, I'll do the turtle. I've gotten quite a few people in my comments section complaining about how fed up they are with these triplet turtle molds. I kind of like them better than the G2 turtles in my opinion, but I think this mold in particular out of all 3 of them is my least favorite, but I love the colors of this guy. I think his design is really, really cool, and I love this minty green. I think the flowers in his eyes are also super cute, but out of the turtle molds that we have in G7 so far, this one is my least favorite, but I do like his design a lot. Okay, let's take a look at the hedgehog next, because this is one that I'm like very surprised to see already returned to G7. There were never too many hedgehogs made back in G2 when Hasbro owned Littlest Pet Shop, so this is a brand new mold. On the bottom here it does say 2025, although it is very difficult to see. Unfortunately, I don't currently own any hedgehog LPS, so I can't directly compare him to anything. The quality is pretty decent, like there's nothing too bad about the paint job, and based on the hedgehogs that I've owned in the past, his base seems pretty faithful to the original. His eye printing is a little bit weird though. It's kind of grainy, and then there's like a yellow line beneath the darkest green part, so that's kind of weird. And the edges of the paint here are just a little bit messed up. So I'm not really sure if I'm crazy about his color palette at all, but it is cool to see the hedgehogs back, and I like the stars in his eyes. So if you guys are a fan of the LPS hedgehogs, let me know what you think about this guy. Damn, okay. So next up is the deer, which is one that I said I was pretty excited about. I honestly love her design so much. She kind of feels like a combination of a bunch of other LPS deer that have existed before, but unfortunately I don't think the execution is all that great compared to how she's supposed to look. Like, guys, look at how cute she looks on the card. Why does she not look like that in real life? I really don't understand. The color up here is a lot lighter and a lot more orange, whereas on the promo images for her it's a lot more of like a dark brown, and I just think that the faces for the G7 deer look very, very fake, especially with the way that the eyes are painted, which is really sad because I do really, really love this one. I think her design is so cute. She's so orange, you guys, and I just don't think that she looks as cute as she could. I don't know. I still like her. I'm very torn, so let me know your thoughts about her as well. Okay, next I'm gonna do the bunny because this one looks really, really cute. The first thing I noticed when I picked it up, like honestly, quality of this one looks great. I think this is probably the best one we've seen so far, but the bottom of her eyes, right below the dark brown, it also has that weird yellow line that the hedgehog had in his eyes. So I'm not sure sure what's up with that. But again, I do really like the color of this one. Is this the first lop-eared bunny that we've seen for G7? I think it is. And it does say 2025 at the bottom, so yes, that is correct. I also unfortunately don't have anything to compare this one with either, but it also looks very, very close. I customize these bunnies all the time, which is why I don't have any to show you. So this one does seem very faithful, and I think the gradient looks really great. Again, a little bit speckly, but it gives the LPS kind of a softer feel, which I think is cute. It's like kind of looks like velvet to me, and it's got the lightning bolts in the eyes, which are kind of weird, but this one's really cute. Everything about it I think is perfect. I think it's time to talk about the possum though, because her colors are very natural and very neutral. There are too many things happening in the background here. Get out of here. So literally for some reason, back in the day when Hasbro was making Littlest Pet Shop, all of the possums were pink, and I do not understand why. I also just think this base figure is so weird. It doesn't look like a possum at all, but that's just my opinion. But now we finally got one that's like naturally colored, where it's like gray, and I think it is so cute. I really love this one. I love the hearts in her eyes, and I hope that we will see more possums with this color palette in the future, because it finally actually looks like a possum. Now I can like actually tell what animal this is supposed to be. So far, her and the bunny I think are the best. There's nothing to complain about with this one. The quality looks pretty good, and this is like the first time I've actually liked a possum LPS, which is crazy. Okay, so now talking about the panda, she was one of the ones that I was most excited about in this set, because this is technically a remake of this Littlest Pet Shop right here, and generally I would prefer new designs and not remade designs, but this is like one of my dream LPS right now. I've always wanted this one, so now I sort of do own her in the G7 version. It's basically exactly the same, just her eyes are a little bit different, and obviously I think the colors of the new ones seem a lot more saturated, just because that's kind of a theme with the G7 pets. Unfortunately though, the print quality of the spots around her eyes are pretty pixelated. I'll try to zoom in on this eye specifically, and hopefully you'll be able to tell what I'm talking about. So print quality wise, I think this is probably the worst of all of the pets from this set so far, but luckily none of them have had like crazy misprints or anything. I am happy to have this pet. Wish her quality was a little bit better. Oops, oh my god. Since she is technically a reproduction of an LPS that already exists, I don't really have anything interesting to say about her either. Like I said, I'm saving the best ones for last. Oh, he's so cute. Then we got the bear cub. So we've already had a couple other bears made from this triplet base. This is probably like one of my favorite LPS bases of all time. You can see the head to body color is a little bit off, but not as bad as it could be. His design is very simple though, but I like his little blue eyes. I can finally do a proper comparison. This one is a remake of this Littlest Pet Shop right here, which is my favorite LPS of all time. I think it's very clear which one's cuter. It's the original one, just because of like the eye shape, and I'm not really a huge fan of the teardrop positioning here. They kind of look a little bit strange. This is probably an LPS that I would want to like do a partial custom of to change up the eyes, but I love seeing new bear cub LPS because I just think they're so adorable, and this is just such a cute base figure. I haven't made a custom of one yet, but I want to soon. Then we got the skunk, which is another one that I've been so excited for, and I think that it is still one of my favorites looking at it officially now. I love the green eyes. That color is so pretty, and I love the stars in them, and the printing looks pretty decent. So this is another one of the triplet LPS bases that's technically like a triplet squirrel, and this is the first time we've ever seen one painted to look like a skunk, and I honestly think that's absolutely genius. It fits the skunk vibe so well, especially with this tail. Like, this is such a skunk tail, and I just love it. This one's so cute. Definitely in my top 5 from this set. But now, which one do I talk about? I'll talk about the wolf now, because this one, I vibe with it, but I'm also disappointed. Okay, here it is. Gotta back up. There's too many things happening. So here's our Timberwolf. I love the Timberwolf LPS so much, and I'm really glad that I think we've gotten a Timberwolf from like every single wave so far for G7, and it's really cool to see another unique original design. And I do really like the soft like purple tones to it. I think the design that's happening on the legs is really fun, the way that that's painted. This one is the worst paint job wise. You can see here by the ears there's a lot of paint spillage from the hair, and there is this like dirty scuff right here that's kind of bothering me, and the eye printing could be a little bit better. I do love the diamonds in the eyes. I think that's super cute. For some reason, neither Hasbro nor Basic Fun will ever figure out that this mold has a tooth in it that should be painted. But let's pull out the trading card from this set, because I saw this wolf and instantly knew that this was going to be one of my favorite G7 LPS, at least from this wave, and it's the main reason why I wanted to buy this set. But this LPS is not this. Like, that is somebody else. The colors are so different. I honestly didn't even really read this one as purple, but I guess it's very purple. I don't know, like, it's still cute, but this is the one that I wanted, so that kind of sucks. And since this is a set that you're buying online and is technically a giant blind box, you're not actually going to know what the pets look like, and that's something that bothers me a little bit. I don't like blind blind boxes when it's not guaranteed that the quality is going to be what you want. So another prototype lost to the void that I guess I'll have to customize. So that's my opinion. Let me know which one do you like better, the original one or the one that we actually have. But I still want to give this LPS a fighting chance. I still think it's cute, but I had plans for that other one, man, and this one's not going to fulfill those plans. But let's get on to the final LPS, which is not Cobalt, but it looks very, very similar to him, and that is this blue fox. Guys, that's literally me. So we have another fox LPS. The only original pet from the first one of these sets like this was a fox, and now we have a blue fox. He's pretty cute. I really like the colors of it. I don't know why Cobalt's still standing here. Get out of here. This one also has a gradient on the face, which looks pretty nice. The only thing to say about this one is that the printing on the hair here on the front is a little bit messy. It's not too bad on the back, but mostly on the front, which is unfortunate. But I really like this one. I think he's really cute, and I'm not just saying this because it looks exactly like Cobalt. But I also do like the blue eyes, and surprisingly, the blue on blue looks pretty nice. Although, like, this eye looks pretty good, but the eye shine on this eye is like super stretched out and a little bit warped, and I don't know why that's the case because the rest of the eye printing looks really good. And while these eyes are still printed with like the pixely method, you can't really see the pixels in them at all, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of LPS in this set to think about. Things that I really, really, really like and things that are kind of disappointing. So I'm going to show you guys my top 5 LPS from this set. Alright, so I think I'm going to choose these guys as my top 5. Again, the wolf could have been my favorite, but he's barely hanging in there. But honestly, I think the bunny might be my favorite. I don't know why. I don't even really like the bunny LPS, but I just think the quality of it is so good. But I also like the skunk, and I like the fox, and I like the possum. I wish I liked the deer more than I do, because she also could have been a contender for number 1. But her eyes just look weird, like compared to the trading card. At least I think all the designs themselves are really good, so that's like a step in the right direction, and I like all the accessories. But I don't know if this set was worth $70, you guys. You do get 12 LPS, and you do get a decent amount of pets that are new to this wave, like the bunny and the hedgehog and the butterfly. But like I want to do with all my videos, let's keep talking about this down below in the comments. What do you think of all these LPS? Is this set worth the price? Are you planning to pick it up? Again, it will be linked down below in the description. And who's rocking this design better, Cobalt or my new imposter? Let me know down below in the comments, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye!